Okay, hello everybody. So if you are a woman running a business, if you are leading teams, if you are selling, or if you are afraid of sales, but you want to change this, now, today, this interview, it is for you. Why? Because I have here, and I'm so honored to have here Lily Mizani. Lily Mizani, this amazing lady, is from Germany. And she is a business psychologist with 21 years of experience in business and sales. And also she was nominated between the top 100 coaches and trainers in Germany. She has done more than 17,000 cold calls. 17,000 cold calls. How she sells, how she runs teams, how she do business, you will learn right now. Lily Mizani, welcome. Thank you very much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Corinna. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very excited to be here.
Me too. So Lily, tell us something about yourself.
I just had a beautiful introduction. There's not much to say really because you said everything. My name is Lily Mizani. I'm Iranian, but I live here in Germany, and I'm the founder of Hardcore Sales. So you can see it actually here. And yeah, it's a lot of heart. It's a lot of high energy, a lot of passion. It's a lot of courage. And it takes a lot of courage to go out and, be a cold caller and do sales and all these type of activities. It takes a lot of courage and high energy, obviously. I'm doing this for 21 years this summer, and I started in a call center 21 years ago. You would say I was a student and I had to pay the tuition for my university. And I was looking like just every student, I would say, like the majority of students who have to pay a lot of money for a school, but they don't have a lot of time and a lot of money. So I had to figure out a way to have flexible timing hours. So I found a call center, and that's where I unknowingly basically build up the foundation for what I'm doing today. I've done more than 17,000 cold calls. It's a lot of work. Most of them I failed big times. That I want to say. I would say like maybe 12, 13, 14, maybe 15,000. I failed big time, but doesn't matter. That's just part of the game.
It's, oh gosh, 15,000, you said? That's a foundation for becoming the best in sales. So you heard a lot of no at the phone.
Yep. If I had heard a lot of no on the phone, that wouldn't be too bad. Like people could say, no, I'm not interested, but thank you anyways. But people don't say no. They go, stop. You. Like all these type of things. I mean, I know maybe the stuff that nobody wants to hear, but we hear it on a regular basis. That's the truth. They just yell at you. They say asshole, like all these type of things, and you're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do much. I just picked up the phone, and I was just doing a cold call, But people are not nice. I would say. And this is something that people don't realize, the mental health of a person who has to do cold calls. Because if you call somebody will really nicely say, excuses, but we're really not interested, but thank you anyway, so good luck. That's a very nice conversation, isn't it? But people don't do that. So it was a lot of yelling and insulting and me crying my eyes out, and oh my God, like dramatic, very dramatic. And back in those days when I started working full-time B2B sales, I was the only woman in our team, and I was in the IT industry. So in many countries like India or the Arab countries, about half of the account managers and salespeople are women. But in Germany, there are only few. Like kind of German women or women in Germany, no matter how you flip it, they don't really like working in outbound IT sales, but I used to do it because the money was good. And being emotional and dramatic, nobody wanted to hear that. Men were like, oh, she's dramatic, she's not emotional, equipped for this, and but I still made it, but with a lot of crying, to be honest, and nervous breakdowns, and oh my God.
But that was at the beginning, right? Because now
Yeah,
you're still in sales and you do cold
that
calls,
was,
and you do
yeah, that
cold
was,
calls at the highest possible level in the companies. Because
yeah,
I
that was
know
in the
what you're doing,
beginning.
and it's just amazing. So you
Yeah,
have to go through this and just
well,
keep on going.
yes and no. Yes, to some extent you have to go through it, but surely not as intensive as I did, because I didn't have mentors. I
Mm.
didn't have teachers. I didn't have coaches. Yes, I had a head of sales, but all my head of sales and colleagues were all men. And I guess men deal differently with situations like that than women, especially like I'm an Iranian woman. I'm being very emotional, very dramatic. And like a German dude would say, I don't give a damn. I just call the next one, like Teflon. But I'm not Teflon. I went crazy. So if I had good teachers, good leaders, good sales coaches, good role models, especially women, I could have kind of developed myself differently, and I surely didn't have to go through the amount of pain that I went through. And that's where the loop closes, where I try to be today. I really try to be a role model for women, because women cannot copy men in some things. Some things they can. Some parts of their attitude they can, but at the end of the day, we're women, right? We want to have our female energy. So to me, it was tough. But I try to be that figure and role model for all the women that are coming, who are business owners, account managers, sales in the companies, or build their own businesses. I try to be a good role model.
Wow. Thank you. It's like, the biggest pain is your biggest gift. And now you are giving back, and you are for others the support you didn't have back then. Not to take, like in the sales, not to take things personally, because it's not always about you. It's about the other person also. So yeah, don't let that talk coming back to your heart, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
That's great. I wanted to ask you, in a kind, you answer a little bit partially, maybe, but I just want to ask you, what do you need in order to be good in cold calls and sales? So you said something about heart and about courage. So please talk more about this.
Okay, that's a very good question. I always say 80% of our success is our mindset. And the reason why I say this is, what's the belief behind the things that you do? So many people come to my seminars and they say, I hate sales. I hate cold calls. I hate that stuff. I don't understand why I have to do this. It's a little bit like tax. I don't know the tax situation in your country, but in my country, people hate,
It's the same.
hate,
Big
hate
taxes.
tax. Big taxes, very complicated law, tax offices. You receive letters from the tax office, even though you're literate, but you read it, but you don't understand. You say, what do they want from me? So everyone has to deal with tax, and everyone hates it at the same time. It's kind of the same with cold calling. Everyone has to do it, but people hate it, which is a little bit of a painful and bad situation, things coming together that, no. So, of course, people don't like it. And for me, the fastest way to make you like it is we grab the phone and have fun. So you need to have fun. And my approach and my understanding to this whole topic is that I want you to have success as fast as you can. I want you to have a success experience as fast as you can. See, when I started, for the first 3 months, I had 0 sale and 0 appointments. I would not even have 1 appointment. So obviously I had 0 sales. So my emotional investment was so big, and I had to keep on going until I received the return. I don't want you to run for 3 months because I'm a pit bull by nature. I'm a
Mm.
pit bull.
Oh,
I would say
oh
I'm
yeah, okay. So stop. So stop. I remember right here, have fun, and I want you to have success fast. Because
fast.
if you don't have success fast, maybe the people cannot deal with the quantity of emotions you deal, and they will
Yeah.
give up.
Yes,
3 months with no
100%.
appointment, with 0 sales, with
Yeah.
no money, I will give up, right?
Yeah.
You said you're a pit bull. And I want to stop here because this is an open loop in the brain of the people who watch us, because they don't know these sales dogs of Blair. So just explain, there are more types, and explain what's a pit bull, because I know I'm not a pit bull. Sometimes I wish I would
yeah.
have been a pit bull.
Yeah, we have the same mentor. And our mentor, Blair Singer, has different types of personalities. He calls it sales dogs. Before I even met Blair, years and years ago, like about, let's say about 13, 14 years ago, where I had not met Blair, my nickname in sales was Pitbull. Because people would know I am a go-getter. I would keep on calling you until I have the appointment because I am known for not giving up. I am known for it. I'm just not giving up. I'm known for it. So pitbull means I'm not gonna give up and I'm gonna go Gah! As long as I must go until I have the appointment. So I have changed that a little bit. I still have the attitude, but because I'm growing older, I'm not that aggressive anymore. I'm being more nice and more friendly. It's because I don't have that pressure today anymore like I used to have when I was, you know, a sales rep in a company. You have high KPIs, you have to meet your targets, you have to go, 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 go. But I'm not doing that anymore today. I'm working in a totally different energy because it's my company, I'm the boss. But yeah, I used to be like that. And I think the emotional investment that people have to do is so big, and I don't want them to give up in the middle of the, you know, on the path. I just want them to go through it. And surely you don't have to run 3 months like myself and have 0 sales. So my target and my goal is to give you the roadmap that I have, so it leads you to success. And it does, by the way. I mean, otherwise my business wouldn't be up and running.
And you wouldn't have been nominated between top
Yes.
best
Yes.
coaches and trainers in
Yes.
Germany, and being a business psychologist. That's super, super cool. So have fun. You want to be that's what you need to have fun. You need courage, and you need to put your heart and energy in these calls, right?
Yes, and obviously a good script helps. I mean, there are people who, when I say script, there are different sales coaches and different approaches. Some say, oh yeah, just go with your intuition. Or some say, da, da, da. I go with a script because the script is proven and the script does the work for you. So you just have to follow the script. Obviously, you have to adjust the pitch, but it's a type of a template. You have to adjust, obviously, your product, service, whatever you serve and you want to sell according to the target audience. You have to change and adjust, obviously, the template, but it still works. The techniques are the same. It works for whatever product service you're selling, no matter what industry and no matter what country, because I do this internationally. So it's not making any difference. All you have to do is to stay with the rules and to stay with the script and just follow the techniques, and it'll work.
And bring back your customer to the
Yes.
script, right?
Yes, kind of. Yeah, kind of. You have, I mean, if you stay with the script, you lead the conversation in a way that the customer stays with you. I mean, obviously some people also do like major fails in situations, like because they're so nervous or whatever, but that is fine. That is why we practice, and that is why I say a mentor or coach is a good thing, because they're going to help you not to go crazy in a conversation, or at least if you do make the mistakes, which is fine, at least debrief them. So you have the learning, and you basically you convert the next conversation, or you make more mistakes and then you convert in 1 month, 2 months, or something like that. But at least when you do the mistake, debrief, so you have the learning, so you grow anyways. That's how I did it.
So it's normal to make mistakes. It's
100%.
normal to not know how to do a sales call.
Yeah.
That is, you need to put yourself in the right energy, like you said. Courage, let's have fun on the phone, no matter what you hear on the other side. And had a script, which you said a script is proven. Okay, according to your experience or to your emotions, you will follow more or less the script. And you said, if you do mistakes, debrief. Like,
Yes.
ask yourself, or have a mentor, which is better, right? To ask yourself, to ask you what happened, why, what did you learn from this, right? What will you do next time when this appear?
Yeah. So actually, when people start selling or start doing cold calls, I say count the mistakes in. Go out and do the mistakes by purpose. It's okay. It's okay. Count them in, because it's part of your learning curve. Count it in. Don't even try to not make mistakes. I do mistakes on a regular basis. Me.
After 17,000
Yeah, I still do
cold
mistakes.
calls.
I still do mistakes. Even if a few months ago, I was just creating an offer for one of my customers, which is like a huge company, like one of the biggest companies here in Germany. And after I submitted the offer, I realized that I had a big mistake in my offer. And I charged them 5,000 euro less. It's a mistake. It's a big mistake, because it cost me 5,000 euros at least. But I do make mistakes on a regular basis, and that is fine. I have made peace with making mistakes. All I do is then I realize, oh, that was a mistake. Hang on, something is wrong here. Why did it go this way? Oh, it's a mistake. And then I start debriefing myself, and then I say, okay, what do I learn? So what went wrong, and what can I change next time? And why did I end up, for instance, doing this mistake? And the reason why I did that mistake was because I was tired. I was tired. I was creating the offer at the end of the day, and I had so much stuff going on that day that I made this mistake. So what do I learn from that is, don't create an offer at the end of the day. Create it when you're fresh. Yeah.
Don't do it when you're tired. Don't do it
Yeah.
when you're hungry, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. It's like going, yeah. No. Don't do it when you're hungry. Don't do it when you're tired. Right. That's exactly right. Because I did that mistake. It cost me so much money. But anyways, I debriefed it and I changed it, because now I do all this stuff that is kind of, I have, I have to really sit down and write the offer. It's because it's like, tailored for the customer. It's not a standard product that I'm delivering, or standard service. It's tailored for a big company. So I really had to sit down and put my brains into it. And therefore I did the mistake. But now I've changed the way I do it. I'm going to do it always in the morning, which I don't like, because writing offers is just not my thing. I hate all this stuff around admin, but I have to do it. So anyways, I did it. Changed the routine.
Yeah, change the routine. So, well, congratulations for the big customer. And I'm so sorry for the 5,000. It was a very expensive lesson, which I'm sure will bring you more money in the future.
Yes, it will. And that's the attitude. Like, okay, I did the mistakes. How am I going to deal with it? I didn't go back to the customer, because it's such a huge brand. and it's a win to have that brand in my client base. So I was like, yeah, 5,000 euros is a lot of money, but the brand itself, having them as a customer, is so much more worth than 5,000. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just
No,
learn and
no
brief.
need to go to say my first offer to you has a mistake in it.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Yeah. I would be like, dude, we hired you as a sales coach. Now you come up with a mistake. No,
Yeah.
but that's
No.
a fact. I did it. It's human, it's human. Oh,
It
that's
is.
fine.
That's cool. Thank you for sharing. Like, not, so many people, they don't talk about their mistakes. They don't talk about their failures. It's like, I'm this, and I'm great, and I do this for so many years. But it's so, I think it's an educational and therapeutical process for everyone who's going through this cold calls or selling process to hear this, because they think, oh my God, I'm going through this. Oh, I've done these mistakes. Oh, it's possible one day to have a lot of big clients and to have my own business, or yes, or to enjoy a lot this work. So thank you for sharing this. um this was a failure, but is there any bigger
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
failure in your life?
Oh my. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I was a junior in sales, I have first of all, I've had many failures. Like most of my career was fail, epic fail, really a lot of mistakes, but that's how you learn, right? And I didn't have a mentor, so I was like really making literally every mistake. So I remember I would say 10 years ago, I was still like, yeah, 27, 26, 10, more than 10 years ago. And I had cold called a company and I was supposed to be there and pitch. And now I arrive at that company and we're sitting with my boss in the meeting room and the meeting is about to start and I'm about to start pitching. And it's imagine a room with 25 managers, all senior, like first and second level managers, all sitting there and waiting for me to pitch. And I head straight to the CEO and I say, sir, I have to go to the toilet before I start. And he goes, yeah, fine. Just go down the aisle and that's where the ladies' loo is. So I go to the restroom and I want to wash my hand and I'm just about to open the, how would you say, the tap.
Yes.
And the tap falls down, it gets broken and a big fontaine comes. It's like a lot of water and I get totally wet. And now I was wearing a beautiful suit. I had my hair and makeup done very nicely. So I am totally wet as if I had taken a shower because it goes. And I tried to fix the tap. It's not working. I'm shocked. Now I go back to the room with 25 managers sitting and the tap is in my hand. And I go to the CEO and say, sorry, sir, but this is broken. And I just hand it to him. And I'm standing like this, shocked. And he stares at me, looking up and down. And he goes, what happened? He jumps up. He runs to the restroom. He tries to fix it. He realizes nothing is working. He calls his PA. They say, call the facility manager. It was a big chaos. The water was literally flooding the office. The water was coming out and it was just a big chaos. And I felt so embarrassed about myself, about the whole situation. And I ended up being totally wet, standing in front of a group of managers and pitching. Now,
Men, all men.
all men, all men, all men. And I remember I was dying. And I was standing in front of the room and I had just opened the PowerPoint and I was just looking outside of the window and I was thinking, I could run. I could run, but the problem was it was in the middle of nowhere. The meeting was not in a city. The office was not located in the city. It was located in the landside. And there was no public transportation, no bus, nothing. Like we had been driving 1 hour by car to be there. It was in the middle of nowhere. And I thought if I start running, it'll get me nowhere and it will be even more embarrassing. So I was standing there and pitching, and obviously we lost that pitch because my mind was in such a mess. I felt so bad about myself. I felt really miserable about myself. Oh God. So anyways, that was one of my biggest fails. Very embarrassing.
Tough.
Very
It-
embarrassing. Yeah.
It was very tough. Very tough.
Yeah, very embarrassing. I thought, please God, let me die or something like that. Can something happen? Something. But I had to stay there. But here's the thing, I grew. I survived, I grew. So nowadays, if something like that happened, I would be laughing my butt off. I would make so many jokes around myself. I would literally make the whole room laugh with me.
And you will do the pitch and you will have the sales.
And I would have the sale today, yes, but there is a difference of more than 10 years and a lot of mindset coaching and growing and everything. So, because no matter what happens, you have to stay sovereign and professional. And that's a difference also between a senior and a junior. So yeah, it wouldn't be any problem anymore. I would laugh so hard today.
Yeah. However, I don't think it's like very funny, but maybe to be all wet in front of a male audience. But you know what? I found that you were courageous enough. Like you came back with that piece that was broken.
I had no
Show
other
it to them,
choice.
put it in the CEO's hands. Like,
Yeah, I was running on autopilot. I went back, I put the chunk in his hand and I said, it's broken. It's broken. I don't know what to do. I was like in shock. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I was just running on autopilot. I was in shock.
so it was shock, it was embarrassment,
Yeah.
it was shame, it was guilt.
Yeah.
So many low frequency emotions.
Yes.
Then you said something happened with you. You said something about your coaches, your mentors, your work on your emotions and personal development, right?
Yes. So I was working in corporate, and a lot of corporates always come up with, oh, we don't have a budget for coaches. They say that all the time. And I didn't have good coaches during my corporate career. But once in 2016, 17, I quit my job. I was fed up and I wanted to start a new business. And I started a business by myself. And then, life takes sometimes twists and turns. And then I ended up becoming a sales coach because suddenly out of nowhere, people were asking me, can you please do a coaching for us? Because we know you're an excellent hunter. You're an excellent cold caller. So could you please teach our people what you do? Because they knew about my results. And that was the point where I thought, okay, if I'm going to teach, I want to be an excellent teacher because most teachers suck. They are boring. They go, nyeh, 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 nyeh. They criticize you. They punish you. They say, try to avoid mistakes. So I'm a rebel in my heart. I want to be a cool teacher. Like I also, when COVID was, I mean, there were many professors and instructors at university who would not be willing to teach. They said, no, we're going to wait until COVID is over because we don't want to teach via Zoom or Teams. So the university approached me and asked me, would you be willing to teach entrepreneurship? I was the coolest teacher in the university because I was singing and dancing with the students and we were doing fun exercises and like a lot of gamification. And so people loved the lessons, the subject that I was teaching, and they would come in and say, you were like the most inspirational teacher I had. So I really like to make it a funny way with a lot of storytelling, a lot of gamification, good vibes, good energy, and just taking the mistakes and don't punish, but celebrate, debrief, move on, and monetize in our case. So that's more my philosophy around teaching. But I said, I don't want to be one of those boring coaches, trainers. And also, especially for cold calling, if you talk to people who ever have hired a sales coach, they will all tell you that the sales coach never did any cold call in front of them. Most of them come in and they just talk. But I don't talk, I walk my talk.
They teach you how to sell, but they don't sell.
Yeah. 100%.
And you do it differently, because I know some stories about you.
Yeah. So I don't do that stuff. I sell myself, and I not only teach you how to sell, I demonstrate you how I sell. So for many of my customers, I attend the meeting with them and sell to their customers. And after that, I tell them, did you see what techniques I used? Did you see what words I used? Did you see what I did? And or they attend the meeting, and then I debrief with them later on. So what happened? What did you do? Why did the customer buy? Why did the customer not buy? By the way, debriefing a success is equally as important as debriefing a not success, a failure. Because if you fail, you debrief. Okay, what can I improve? But if you debrief a success, you want to know, why was it successful? Well, because you are not successful by accident. You are successful because you did something correctly. So let's debrief. What was it that made this cold call or meeting successful? So it's a best practice we can share with other people, so you can implement it in other meetings too. Wow. So that's my attitude. Yeah.
So this is what makes a great sales coach or a great sales manager.
Yeah.
To debrief every situation, every success, every situation.
Yeah, debrief every situation. That's what I do. I keep on debriefing all day, every day. I'm like, why did this happen? Why did this not happen? This was supposed to happen. Was it my expectation? Was it my skill? Was it my mind? Where's my energy level? Why is it down? Why is it up? So we can debrief all the time and have patterns and create more tips and best practices for everyone, because we want everyone to win. We want a win-win-win situation.
Wow, that's amazing. And I loved, thank you, Lily. I love that you said you wanted to teach in a different way. That's why you're not only having the skill and the script and the methodology and your experience as a very good salesperson, a pitbull, like you said, but you also wanted to be able to teach it. Yes. So that others can learn it in a joyful way, with a lot of energy and dancing and gamification, and
duplicate the success that I have.
Duplicate the success. I remember that Blair Singer always says, it is not about what you teach, it's more about how you teach, and the most important, who you are as a person.
Yes. And is it inspirational to other people? Yes or no? Like most of the people, I recall a training I was giving, like, let's say about 2 months ago. And there was a miscommunication within that company. So when I went to the company in the morning, we're all sitting and I just started to teach. The team went like, what? This is a seminar about cold calling? And why did nobody tell us? And I said, well, I'm sorry. I mean, I was booked by the C-levels to teach you about cold calling. So there was a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. And so everyone was angry. Why do we have to cold call? We're not the salespeople. We are the consultants. Like big drama. And then after like everyone calmed down, they agreed, okay, we will stay in this training, but we're not going to cold call. I said, well, fine. Use the techniques for consulting. Stay here. At the end of the day, everyone did a cold call. They loved it. They set up new appointments. And they even sent me messages after that saying this was one of the most inspirational trainings that we have had ever in our company. And they had such a personal growth on this.
Wow.
They grew personally. And they say it was so much fun. We laughed so hard, and it was such a valuable experience for the whole team. So yeah, it should always be edutainment, education and entertainment. Otherwise, people are not going to learn, because there's so many boring teachers out there. Every child knows at least one boring teacher. They go, we don't like the teacher. Why? Because they're boring. We don't want to teach stuff that is as hard and cold as hunting or cold calling in a boring way. That's like the biggest mistake you can ever do. At least make it fun. At least make it fun and joyful.
That was, oh my God, now I'm so curious. I would come to a sales training, really, to see how you make this so easy. Because you know what, Lily, people will say, I don't want to sell. I don't want to do sales. I hate selling. It's like I take money from other people, put it in my pocket. So I don't want to do this. I don't want, let them find me. Let them call me. Why is this?
Not working. Yeah, it's not working out that way.
Why?
Because it's just not working that way. Sales is a game. Every game has its rules.
Mm.
And sales doesn't mean I'm putting money into my pocket. Sales means I'm serving you. And as a sign of gratitude, you compensate me. That says I'm serving you. I'm helping you to grow. I'm helping you to get there faster. I'm helping you to get there in a better way, in a faster way, a more efficient way. I'm helping you. I'm serving you so that you can help and serve your community. That's sales, really. I never think about the money. Never. I never think about the money. I always think, how can I help you to get better? That's all that I have on my mind. And then the only filter that I have is this customer a good fit? Are they going to listen, or are they going to sabotage? And what's the energy level of a customer? Like, some people come and say, nah, I don't want to dance, I don't care. And they're like being super arrogant. I go, yeah, you are a target group, but actually you're not. Because on paper, you are a target group because you do B2B sales. But really, on a human level and energy level, you are not a target. You're not target group, because you behave in such a bad way. Sometimes I go like, I don't even want to help you because you are such an arrogant dick. I don't want you to go out and treat your customers this way. That's why I ask you to go and talk to somebody else. We want to have a really nice situation, a win-win-win. We want everyone to participate, and we go out and serve to the highest good of the highest number of people. That is my understanding of sales. And if people come in like that, I'm like, oh, no, we don't want to work with them. I don't want to work with them. No.
Wow. Thank you. I just hope this changed a little bit, if not 100%, the perception about selling. It's serving. I'm supporting you to be better. I'm just like a catalyst to help you, take you by the hand and move forward better without having to stay like months or years in that emotional pressure, right? There is a coach, there is a mentor that can help you so that you can serve your community better, your business better, your team sells. Wow, that's really powerful. Really.
I have a customer. He is a very high-ranked doctor in a top hospital in Germany. He's a specialist in brain scans, and he has founded an AI solution, and this AI solution is able to find rare brain diseases pretty fast. So if you do the brain scan and this AI analyzes this brain scan, they have the ability to identify rare brain diseases pretty early so that they can help the customers, the patients, to have a better therapy or more longevity or whatever it is, more quality of life, because they put them earlier into therapy. Is this something that you think he should sit there and wait for customers to come? No, he must do a cold call so that everyone knows he has a service and solution like that. So he would work to the highest good of the highest number of people, because many of these products and services that my customers have and that people have outside is not a nice to have. It's a must have for their communities. If you understand that you have a must have and that really provides quality of life or better health to other people, it's not a nice to have anymore. It's a must have. And you would be so selfish if you would not pick the phone and call them, because you are really helping human beings have a better life. If you really internalize that, you understand we have to cold call them and let them know at least their options and that they can buy our product and have a better life.
Wow.
That's really what it's about.
Incredible. I mean, like, it's fascinating. It's like, it's a duty.
It's a
Is
must.
a duty. Your duty to do it.
And not everyone has to buy, but at least people know their options, what they can do. If somebody says, I choose not to use that AI to scan a brain scan, that's fine. But mostly people say, yeah, of course I want that.
Yeah. At least you know. At least you
you
know.
know.
Maybe next time, maybe in a month, maybe in a year, there is someone who needs, and you remember.
Right?
Then you know whom to call.
100%.
Yeah. That's
100%.
super cool. Thank you, Lily, for this. You know, I would like to ask you, we are not going to move further, although I feel like, you know, listening to you, I feel like going into details, going into episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4 in sales and women leadership. So, but what I would like to ask you right now is, what is your secret sauce in
leadership?
leading teams?
Very good. So the secret sauce is we have a code of honor, because people come in with their different values. Some people say being on time is my highest value. Some other people say being reliable. Some people say being a person of integrity. Some people say fair game. So we have a code of honor, how we conduct all the game that we have or build up. That's one thing. And then the second thing that I believe is very important as a leader is to walk your talk. So if you talk, I think I always compare people or teams with children. Children don't do what you tell them to do. Children do what you show them to do. They look at you and then they copy your behavior. If you tell them, go and, I don't know, don't eat ice cream, but you're having an ice cream yourself, they're going to say, yeah, but you're having an ice cream. Why shouldn't I have an ice cream? Mm-hmm. For instance, just saying. So, and so are teams, people. And I really see the difference in the seminars before I do a cold call and after I do a cold call. Before, it's like, we just let her talk. But as soon as I pick up the phone and do the actual cold call and have the result, everyone is quiet and everyone goes, wow.
There's a proven expertise.
Yeah.
In front of their eyes.
They respect you. Yeah, they respect you. So this is why walk your talk, because people will have a look and they will be critical with you. So are you walking your talk? Like I recall, like when I was working back in corporate, I had a boss in sales and he was always talking about loyalty and commitment, but he was married, he had 3 kids, and he was cheating with a lady from HR. So nobody was really respecting this man. Like every speech he would, I need your commitment. I need your commitment. I'm like, dude, who are you to tell us you want our commitment and loyalty, but you cheat on your wife and everyone knows it. Nobody's respecting you. Nobody will give you ever their commitment and loyalty because we all know we're lost. So are you talking or are you walking? So that's my secret sauce is don't talk, walk the talk. We'll just let them know we're doing this and that. And then I demonstrate you how it works. And then I show them. And then another thing that I believe is very important is to always stay human. Like, yes, we're talking about numbers. We're talking about sometimes big amounts of money. Like I had a customer calling me last week. She said, it's a woman. She's such a badass woman. She's a director of the business unit. She called me. She said, listen, I have to do 100 million in revenue this year. Are you in? Are you coming to teach? Like she was like so straight. Are you coming to teach? And it's about big numbers. But what I really liked about her, and what's also one part of my philosophy, is always stay human, because we always deal with people. So even if there are big numbers, I think we should always have enough time for humanity and for humans and to deal with them in a human way. And so I think that's also a very important thing. Like even if I do a mistake, like in a seminar, I just say, I'm sorry, I did a mistake. I wanted to apologize. I think that was not good. And they all go, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I came back to a seminar late, 5 minutes late. And the reason why was that the woman from the restaurant was asking about the catering and when should I bring lunch for the group? We were in a hotel. So I was going through the details with her and I forgot about the time. And when I went back, everyone was like, you told us to be on time. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. The reason why is because I was talking to the lady about the catering. It's for us, but still,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Yep.
And that's a fact. So I'm sorry. And everyone, no, it's fine. But still, I thought it's very important to say, I'm sorry, because otherwise I wouldn't walk my talk.
Thank you. Thank you. So many precious lessons, really deep. I mean, like if you implement all this in your life will be a life of integrity, your team, the same, your sales, amazing, skyrocket. Thank you. Thank you, Lily, for sharing this.
Thank you.
To close this amazing interview with you, which I'm truly honored, I tell you again, and really blessed to have you here as my friend. And if you have a book that was really important for you to recommend them, that would be great. Thank you.
So there was a game changer back in my 20s. I was 24, 25, and that really was a game changer to me, and it opened a new chapter. I told you I'm a business psychologist, so I've always had the affinity to read about psychology, and I was interested in, whoa, what does that mean on a psychology level, and all that stuff. But there was one book that really started the journey, not on an intellectual, but more on a heart level, because before that, it was more like an intellectual thing. And I was studying the subject, but it went from the first time from my mind to my heart. And the book was from Louise L. Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I love that book. It's about, Louise was one of the pioneers in self-love. And a lot of her concepts back in those days, like I was like, is this a joke? Is this ridiculous? I was just way too young to understand. I mean, we're talking about something around 15 years ago. So, but that was the book that opened to me so many things and opened really my mind and my heart to new concepts and to self-love and to energy and to law of attraction. Today, I'm like a big fan of Abraham Hicks, as you know. But all this started by reading the book, You Can Heal Your Life from Louise L. Hay. I really loved it. So that was a big game changer. It's a good book for women and men who want to just open a new perspective or gain a new perspective on themselves, on their lives. So to me, that was
oh my, I didn't expect this really.
Yeah.
So you said it's good for women and for men.
Yes.
I didn't expect this. And you said it was 15 years ago, you were
Yeah.
very young. What I would say, Lily, is so many business owner, women or men, they will not believe it. They will not
Yeah.
believe it. They will not listen. They will prefer to stay in their mind,
Yeah.
always in their mind.
Yeah.
And now going also into your heart,
Yeah.
is also a secret sauce for
Yeah.
success in life and business. And thank you for sharing this. Woo.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think the heart is like the biggest weapon that we have. It's the biggest weapon. If do we have one more minute? I'm happy
Yes,
to share another story.
of course
Okay.
we have, because right now you open a different chapter. Like,
Yeah.
can
So
you imagine, people, that we are talking about doing cold calls and sell with the heart open while you learn to love yourself, and you practice this
yeah.
day by day by day, because Lily said you gotta walk the talk. So
Yeah.
she's one of the best in cold calls and
Yeah.
sell and business to business, and she's practicing
You can't
self-love.
do things. You can't be rejected in a cold call if you love yourself enough.
Mm.
Because self-love means total acceptance. So if somebody rejects you within a cold call and you feel really attacked, it's because they attack a part of you that is not healed. Because on the flip side is, if you are healed and you totally know you're worth it and love yourself, nobody can really attack you. You're bulletproof. And here's the story that I want to share. Years ago, I was on a camp, warrior camp. You have been there.
Yes.
There was one exercise we were supposed to do with a coach. And it's like we have to do some martial arts. And we were in groups, and everyone was supposed to fight with each other. And at the end of the fight, and I was in a room with, I would say maybe 60, 70 people. Everyone was knocked out, women, men, bigger than myself, smaller than myself. Everyone was knocked out on the floor, ground, lying on the ground, and totally knocked out except for myself. I was the last person and the only person standing. And the Sifu, he is the highest rank, he looked at me and he was like, why didn't she fall? And then he came and he tried to attack me, and he just couldn't bring me down. And he was trying and trying, and then he stopped. Then he looked at me and he said, what are you fighting for? And I told him what I'm fighting for back in those days. And then he hugged me and we started crying. And the reason why I didn't fall was one of his sentences that he said, the warrior needs one weapon to win his battle. It's not his mind. It's not his weapon. It's not his intelligence. It's not even his body. It's his heart. If you have the heart of a warrior, you're not going to lose. You always win the battle. This is why my company's name is Hardcore Sales. And all I was focusing on was just get into your heart and deliver. And so that moment when I could feel like, okay, the challenge is coming. I'm a warrior. I'm going to this battle, but just stay focused in your heart. Everything changed. Everyone was on the ground except for myself. And I had gotten the lesson. So as a warrior, you only need one weapon, and that's an open heart.
This is such a beautiful story. I have tears in my eyes.
Thank you.
I have tears in my eyes.
That was not my intention.
But it's tears of joy, because I'm thinking the chance we have as women nowadays for this women leadership. If we communicate from our heart, from our hearts, no matter the subject, communicate with your heart, stay centered, love yourself enough, and serve as many people. Wow. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me as your guest.
Thank you, warrior. Thank you, enlightened warrior. Thank you, hardcore sales star rock Lily Mizani. It was a pleasure and joy, and I had so much fun, and I learned so much just by being here with you, asking some questions and listening to this amazing experience you share with me and with my community. And thank you. I love you. I honor you. Can't wait to see you again live or line.
Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best and your community on their path. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily.